tweet off.
I can't focus on the losses, I done made it too far. Poker facing with my bitch, I've been calling loose job. Only do about 10 minutes.
So I got a skirt, dog.
Got a little text, so I got a skirt off. Handle business on this mission, you just gotta work hard. Solidify positions, come around when you pimpin'. Sound charismatic, always asking if I'm pimpin'. I ain't got no game, you just fucking with the realest. Out in West Palm, tolerated what's a killer. Focus on what matters, nigga, get about your feelings. We ain't tripping off of much, busy plotting on these millions. Keep it playing, that's a fact. I ain't never going back. Couple bitches, good smoke, set your mind, just relax. Come on, open eyes, stay cautious, I can't lack. We ain't tripping off no bread, hustlers make it right back. Keep it playing, that's a fact. I ain't never going back. Couple bitches, good smoke, set your mind, just relax. Come on, open eyes, stay cautious, I can't lack. We ain't tripping off no bread, hustlers make it right back. Out your ears like crack, baby girl, I'm your dealer. Prescribe me what you need, turn me up on your speakers. Since if I can see, didn't know I was the nigga. P.O. vibe, surrounded by my niggas. Couple bad women, some bougie, others chillin'. Thinking mad figures, switching lanes down the district. All this pain got me still learning how to deal with the bitter situations, processing my feelings. I made a lot of changes in my life. I'd be a sucker if I ever double back. But you focus on cutting all of these tracks. That feel motherfuckers two-stepping in the back.
With a glass full of wine, count my blessings every time.
Count my blessings every time.
With a glass full of wine, count my blessings every time.
Count my blessings, yeah.
Keep it playing, that's a fact. I ain't never going back. Couple good smoke, just wine, just relax.
Come on, open eyes, stay cautious, I can't lack.
I ain't tripping off no brand, hustlers make it right back.
Keep it playing, that's a fact. I ain't never going back. Couple bitches, good smoke, set your mind, just relax. Come on, open eyes, stay cautious, I can't lack. We ain't tripping off no bread, hustlers make it right.
Yeah. Oh, let me tweet the song. All right. That was Paint and Sip by Casso. I have just tweeted the link if you need the link to the song. And you do need the link to the song because it's a great song and you need the song. So you need the link. So, or CA double dollar sign O. CA crooked letter I. DY the best, whoever got to die. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of Don't Watch This. We are 7 episodes in, and I still don't have an intro. And you know why I still don't have an intro? Excuse me, that's rude. But you know why I still don't have an intro? It's because I never think about an intro until I'm like, hey, welcome. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I need an intro. And then that slips my mind. Like, we do the show for about 40 minutes, however long, and then I don't think about it until the next show. And so I need to prioritize coming up with an intro. But at the same time, it'll happen organically. You feel me? I feel like we'll come up with an intro together. One day it'll happen, and it'll just stick. It'll be like, that's the one. Like, that's the one right there. But yeah, welcome to Don't Watch This, episode 7. It's been a couple days. It's been a little while, you feel me? I'm a year older than I was last time we were on here. Or, you know, I mean, I'm more like 4 days older, but I'm still a year older, you feel me? I am now 28. That was cool. I had a cool weekend. It was real chill. I also had a great time at the show, Studio 954. Shout out to everybody that came out and, you know, had positive words, all that stuff. Like, just, you know, it was a part of the energy, all of it. It was amazing. Thank you guys, truly. And, you know, I feel like this is a good... It's weird because I had a lot of different feelings. Growth, yeah, what's going on? How you feeling? Welcome. But yeah, no, I had a lot of different feelings, man. And so, you know, topic 1 today is perspective. My handwriting will improve. Like, I intend for the handwriting to improve. I feel like that's like close to legible though, but probably not. But yeah, no. Topic 1 is perspective because there's a way to see everything, you feel me? And at the end of the day, how you see it is gonna like determine what it is to you, to be honest, like at least in your reality. Like I always say, or I don't know, I be saying it, I know I say it, but I feel like there's just so many different perspectives that there can't only be one reality. Like I don't feel like that's possible. Like there's a bunch of different realities, everybody has their own realities, and of course we live in one collective reality, but there's just so many different perspectives that there's no way there's only one reality. And so you really just have to do what you can to manage your reality and like the way that you choose to see things. Like my mom would always repeat this to me, and I was supposed to Google who it was that said it because it's a quote from somebody. So I'm gonna see how fast I can speak while I look it up. Change the way. Okay, Wayne Dyer. He said, "When you change the things, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." And my mom used to repeat that to me all the time, and like she like drilled it into my head. And it's so true, man. Like you make simple little tweaks, simple little adjustments, and like it can go a long way. And that's easier said than done, of course. Like most things are. But at the end of the day, like things do have to get done. And so I was kind of stuck in a way of like honestly with the last, like I had a bigger goal for the last Studio 954. Like from the second show that we had, I really thought that we could push it really far, and like there we got a lot of people in, and I was like, okay, if we build it up, like I wanted to have like 200 people at the show. Like I was like, we'll have a few shows in, and like we'll prioritize that show. Like that'll be my birthday. Like it'll be a great way to draw people, whatever. Like we'll be able to get 200 people in, then we can put on a really good show for all those people and be able to retain some people because everybody sees what we have going on here. And so I was greatly appreciative of everybody. I had a great time. You feel me? Like a lot of people were saying that like it was the best event so far, just on the vibe and everything. And I love and appreciate that. I'm so happy with everybody that came out there. But I have like this thing, like I have like it's weird because I feel like it happened mainly because I spoke to my mom. And I feel like there's like, even when I'm not 100% sure I'm not okay, I can think I'm okay. But then like my mom will look at me and be like, are you okay? And as soon as she asks, I start breaking down. But I was like being kind of hard on myself because we didn't come anywhere near that goal. Like we didn't get anywhere, near that. And I was just like kind of, exhausted almost of like, just trying to get people to come and wanting it to be further along. And also like that is, I feel like it really led to just how I felt about a lot of different areas in my life where like I feel like I should be further, I should be able to get further, like there's more that I can do and it should be further along. And like, everything is a process, progress is a process. And like everything, like things don't happen in the vacuum that we think they do. Like there's certain things like, there's things that happen in April that seem like so long ago, and like that's 4 months ago, and in the grand scheme of your life, 4 months isn't a long time. So you have to just kind of give things their time to happen, and you also have to like be like, I started to focus on like in that moment where I was down unexpectedly, I started to focus on who wasn't there and what didn't happen rather than who was there and what did happen. And on Saturday, I just felt the energy and the love of who was there and what happened. And I was having a blast and I was having a great time. And, that's what I should focus on. And so, in events moving forward, like, it is what it is. I'm not sure. Part of me wants to go and do it like every other month now and maybe try to get more. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do next. But, like, in that moment, that's what I need to focus on. And, like, even I don't have to, like, the way that I choose. I was down on Sunday, bro. Like, I was down. After having a great event, I had a blast. And it was my birthday. Like, I had a blast. It was beautiful. It was a great time. Everybody had a blast. And there were so many different positive things that happened. And, like, just the way that I was choosing to look at it in that moment, like, had such an impact. Life is about perspective. Based on how you view life will determine where you will end up. That's facts. That's facts. What happened, Sean? I missed it. Yeah, what's good, Ben? What's good, Neil? How y'all feeling? But yeah, like honestly, like when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so, for me, it was that show that night, and like just where I'm at in life. And I was also saying to her that like people like think that everything is going so well, whatever, and blah blah blah. And like I feel like I know where I should be, I know what my value is, but that's not happening. And she was like, it's not happening. Yeah, it's not happening in the way that you want it to happen, in the time you want it to happen on. But like like. You just have to be able to take a step back and see things from another perspective. And, like, regardless of what your situation is, like, and even things that you haven't gotten yet, like things that you want, instead of like being upset about like why you don't have it or why you're not there, like, think about like how to get there, or like, think about how close you are, how much further you were. Like, there's that yet keyword, facts. And there's there's an IG post where like I shared it the other day, and there was another thing I came across that said like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I need to see that. And my mom gave me a quote again, but I don't remember that one. But the IG post is like, just remember you are you're where you prayed to be at 5 years ago, and like that's incredibly true, bro. Like to a T. Like 5 years ago, 2017, like I was in my parents' crib, and I wanted to be able to have a chance to be creative. First of all, I was like coming off an episode, and I wanted the chance to be creative. I wanted to be able to have a Twitch channel. I wanted to be able to like I wanted to be able to do a show on YouTube. I wanted to have the chance to like make music and write freely and be creative. And now I have like this desk right here where I sit at. This desk where I spend the majority of my time in life at. Like this, scenario, living with one of my best friends. Like, what's been happening with the Knicks. Like, what's been throwing a show. The strength of the bonds in my friendships, like all of that, like there's so much of what I have right now is what I would have prayed for 5 years ago, and some of it is beyond what I would have prayed for 5 years ago. And so you have to be mindful of that. Like I said, like 4 months ago is not that long ago. Like think back to 5 years ago, and so like the way that you choose to look at it, and like I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We live in a really like fast-paced society. We live in an instant gratification society. We live in a world where, like, on social media, if something happened, like, 5 days ago, it's kind of ancient history. And, like, we got to be able to slow ourselves down every once in a while and, like, really, like, take a look at things. And sometimes, you get so caught up in the view and perspective that you have on something in your rushed state or whatever, or, like, in your anxious state, that because of that, you just keep going further into it. And so you never actually get to, like... All right, so let's say you walk, right? Let's say there's a fork in the road. Like, I feel like that's what perspective is. Like, you can see it this way, you can see it that way, you can see it that way. And so, once you make that left and you start going this way, the further into that you go, the further away you are from, one, the beginning of where the right direction is, but two, like, you're so far disconnected from that path where you could be if you went in the right direction. Like, I saw another post on IG today. I love the way that you can just share things to the story. Like, you just come across them and it's like a real inspirational thing and you just keep going. But it was get lost in the right direction. And I really like that. I really like that. And the Charles Bukowski quote, find what you love and let it kill you. But get lost in the right direction. You feel me? Like, we're, at the end of the day, like, we're all lost. None of us really know, like, where exactly, like, all of us are lost. All of us are on our way somewhere. And so just get lost in the right direction. Like, if you're in the right direction, like, wherever you're getting lost to, you'll probably find some pretty cool things. And so I feel like, that all comes down to perspective. It's just about how you choose to see it, how you choose to evaluate it. Boom. Living the dream, shit coming into fruition organically. It always takes time. Period, Splash. Salute to y'all always. Thank you, for real. Like, but for real, like, I feel like we're all living the dream. Like, we're all living the dream. Like, we're able to create our realities as we go. Like I said, there's so many perspectives. There's no way there's only one reality. So create your reality, bro. Just like, at the end of the day, honestly, like, I care about things. I'm empathetic. I know what's going on. I care about my people, like the people I'm close to and everything like that. But, like, bro, like, once something's subtracted from my reality or is not in my reality in the first place, like, it really doesn't matter to me. Like, it actually scares me that people can get so deeply invested in things they don't really care about, like the social justice warriors or, like, the people who were angry about everything or just, looking for something to be upset about. That's nuts to me, bro. I either care a whole lot or I don't care at all. And there's really, really no in between. Like, I'm either I'm either borderline obsessed or, like, I care so much, like, it means a lot to me, or, like, it means absolutely nothing. Like, I don't really have the capacity to, like, halfway care about things. That makes no sense to me. And so, like, just live in your reality, bro. Live in your reality, operate in your reality. Don't do anything wrong, you feel me? Like, for me, like, it's between me and God, and it's just like, like, that's the only person who knows all of my thoughts, as I know them or whatever. And as long as I can, like, I'll go outside and meditate. Bro, I had a 13-day streak on the Bible app the other day, and I was really upset. And I feel like what normally breaks my Bible streak is that, like, I don't normally do it on Sunday, because what I do is I'll, like, start my day, I'll go sit outside, and, I'll meditate, and I'll do my prayers. And then on Sunday, I just go to church, so I normally don't end up doing that part of the routine. But I need to start doing it on Sundays now, because Like somebody sent me, like they said they had a 239 streak, and then Deanna sent me a screenshot of her 240 streak and said that she previously had a 300 streak. And I'm like, here I am, like disheveled over losing a 13 streak, and now I look like a heathen in comparison. And so I got to step it up. So I need to build my Bible streak up. That's one thing I'm definitely on. Get lost in the sauce. Exactly. If you don't have no sauce, you're lost. You know it, Neil. Words of a wise man. Shout out Gucci. If you don't have no sauce, you're lost. Get lost in the sauce for sure. Don't trip at the end of the day. But yeah, I think that's a good amount of perspective. Where we the way that you see things when you choose when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And like I remember, because this is back to the whole 5 years ago what you prayed for thing. It was tough. Like there was once a point in life, and maybe somebody's there, and if you are, I'm so I'm so sorry to hear that. I really hate it for you because I know what it feels like to be there. But because I know what it feels like to be there, I can tell you it gets better, bro. Like I always say, like no matter how strong the winds, there's never been a storm that didn't pass. Like never, ever, ever. Every single hurricane, everything that came through, every tsunami, they were all finished. Like it ended at some point. And so there was a point in life where like right now, I feel amazing. I feel blessed every single day. I feel like every single day is an opportunity. And I really appreciate that. But like there was a point in my life where every single day felt like an obstacle. Like it was like, how am I going to make it through this day? How am I going to make it through this week? Oh my goodness. Like I have to keep doing this living thing. Like, and it was wild. And it was, but like if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's not something that happens overnight. But, when you stick to it consistently and when you are, you give yourself grace, but you also you stick with yourself and keep that conversation going. Tap in with God, whatever may work for you. Like it's possible. It does get better, bro. Because like I'm telling you, like I'm really, even though I be down sometimes and I be hard on myself and like I'm not in the best mood every single time, I'm genuinely and generally a very happy person. I'm very blessed. I'm thrilled with my life. I'm so happy to be me. I thank God for the opportunity to be me every single day. And that's just such a blessing and a great feeling because it was not always that way, bro. It wasn't. It was not. Every single day used to feel like an obstacle. I didn't know how I was going to make it through. I didn't even want to make it through. So, like, you can make it through. And you can get to a point where everything is so much better. And it just becomes, a lot of it is perspective. It's how you look at things. Like they say, life is, a certain percentage what happens to you. And, 10% what happens to you, 90% how you handle it. Or however the breakdown is. But truly, it's how you look at things. It's how you handle it. It's the effect and impact you allow things to have on you. Because things are going to happen. Life happens. It's going to keep happening. Shit happens. Like, that's inevitable. You feel me? And all you can do is, one, try to prepare yourself for things, but a lot of things you can't be prepared for. And then it's just about the response. And what you allow those things. Like, don't let life happen to you. Let life happen through you. I don't know. But, on the topic of perspective and how you choose to see things, the next topic is the art of hating. And so one of the worst things about, this whole self-awareness thing and not caring about blocking certain things out and, trying to be positive and all that stuff and growing up in general. It's really hard to hate, bro. It's really hard to hate now. And I don't like that. I liked hating. I really did. I appreciated hating. I feel like hating is like, it's part of what makes the world go around. The player haters bald is one of the greatest Chappelle Show skits ever. Silky Johnson is, he's a multiple time champion. Like how do you not idolize a multiple time champion? And so I feel now that I'm kind of unable to hate. And, it's because I'm just rooting for everybody. I love seeing people win. And I know that we're all in our own realities. We're all on our own journeys. We all have our own stories. And there's, so much beyond everything. And hate is it takes a lot of energy, honestly. But so one of my main things, one person I was like, because I stopped hating for a minute now. Like I let hating go a minute ago. I don't really have much hate for people. I don't really do much hating. But I was actively hating on Tom Holland until the last Spider-Man movie. Like, because I was a Zendaya stan for years. Like, I've loved Zendaya forever. And so her being with Tom Holland was just like, yo, like what's going on here? So I was hating on Tom Holland. And then I remember for his birthday, she like posted him like doing his stunts as Spider-Man, and she was like, "Oh my hero," and I was just like, "Bro, like this is getting hard to hate on. Like I don't know, it just hurts now. I just feel like a loser." And I was like, okay, cool. So then I went to see the movie. I went to see Spider-Man. Ben and I went to the premiere at AMC. Yeah, Ben and I went to the premiere for Spider-Man, and it's really biggest movie of the year. Easily, and he's the star, and he's in it with her, and so now I can't even see like the fantasy girl in my fantasy world. Like no, even in my fantasy reality, that's still his girl. He's still right here with her, and he's in the #1 movie, and he's getting posted and doing his stunts for his birthday, and they're like I can't escape his union to her in real life or in the movie. He's also doing great in the movie. It's a great movie. He's there. The other 2 Spider-Mans come back, and there's 3 Spider-Mans there, and he's Spider-Man #1, and like it's just like he's the Spider-Man of these Spider-Mans. Like he's like 20 something. Like come on. Then he did Uncharted. Like I can't hate on that guy, bro. He's winning too much. It takes too much to hate on him. I don't have it in me. I just started rooting for dude. I was like, you know what? You got it, bro. You got it. You're a winner. You're a winner. I respect winners. You're a winner, bro. You got that. And so, and then it allowed me to let it go. It allowed me, and then for Zendaya, it was like, if I really do truly love her the way that I feel that I do, then I should be happy for her. I shouldn't be rooting against the person that makes her happy, you feel me? So I let that go, and it was a beautiful moment, you feel me? I feel like I really gained peace from that. And so, when I feel the peace that I get from letting go of the little bit of hate that I have, it makes me realize why all these people who sit on the internet and hate all day are so miserable. Because they don't get to get any of that peace from letting any of the hate go because they just harbor it. Another situation where I let hate go. Bro, this mentality is going to change if it's revealed that Taylor Rooks is with some white like Jack Harlow. Hey, Neil, you're hilarious. I'm not going to lie. I like Jack Harlow. If he started dating Taylor Rooks, I might start hating a little bit. I don't know. I just think Taylor Rooks is excellent. I mean, but I'm going to root for her in whatever she does. I'm going to support her always. So, whatever she does is a win. But that's hilarious. But no, in 2010, when LeBron had the decision, bro, my wallpaper on my MacBook, not my MacBook, I don't have a MacBook back then at all. My wallpaper on my netbook, the little small computers, I had LeBron in a Knicks jersey, you feel me? Like, I thought he was a Knick. I was putting him on the Knicks in 2K, like, I was sure that LeBron James was a Knick. And then he said that he did the decision. He said, I'm taking my talents to... And when the words South Beach came out of his mouth, you can ask my mother, bro. When the words South Beach came out of his mouth, I dropped to my knees in pain. Like, I was just so sad, because not only was he not a Knick, but I lived in Florida. Now the Heat fans were going to be... It was horrible. Like, I dealt with that for years. So, in that moment, like, when I got hurt like that, and that was the start of my villain origin story. But yeah, I was the biggest LeBron hater in the world, and it's crazy because LeBron was my favorite player right before that. He was my favorite player. And I was the biggest LeBron hater in the world. I was rooting against him so hard. I was rooting against the Heat every night. When they were in the finals and they fell apart, I was so happy. Then the next year I was rooting against them again and doing all of that. And they won the championship. And when they won the championship, seeing him stand there and celebrate and get that moment that he fought so hard for and all that stuff, I couldn't hate it. I love LeBron. So I just let it go. And it felt great. I got peace from that. Letting it go feels great, but some people choose to harbor the hate. Boom. Would not be GG if it happened. I might have to seal myself in my own reality if that happened. Doctor Strange type shit. That's hilarious. Sealing yourself in your own reality is hilarious. But no, and so another instance of hate. This is gonna start to sound like a sports podcast, but it's not. Just follow with me for the story, even though there's some sports details in it. But Jalen Brunson, he is currently the point guard of the New York Knicks. He just got a 4-year, $110 million contract. Like, he's him, right? There was a time I was a Jalen Brunson hater. Didn't even know him. Didn't know him at all. So my high school basketball coach my senior year was kind of a shitty guy. One of the people I'm working on forgiving. The last person I'm working on forgiving. Trying my hardest. But he wasn't a great guy. and he would like tell us all the time. He was like, "Oh, you know, my godson Jalen Brunson will come in here and kill y'all. He's in 9th grade, blah blah blah." Like, bro, I'd be like, "Yo, go get your godson then, bro. I don't care." Like, so I didn't know this kid, but I just hear his name associated with our coach talking down to us, talking down to me in particular, because I play point guard. So just like all kind of, so just like, bro, like go get your grand, you know, I don't care. So when I finally started to see who he was as time came up, I was like, oh. So I was hating a little bit, especially like, you know, he was on Villanova. They beat North Carolina in the championship. Like, I'm a North Carolina fan, so I was a hater. I'm not gonna lie. And then it got to a point, you know, he was in the league, and it was just like, okay, I gotta let that hate go. And then this year, seeing him succeed, you know, was dope. But now he's living my dream. He's the same age as me, pretty much. He's the starting point guard on my favorite team in the NBA. Like, I created players to be the starting point guard in the Knicks. You feel me? So it's like if I was still hating on him and hadn't let that go, I would have no peace at all. But I have so much peace, and I can be happy for him. And I feel like it's a beautiful story. But I also feel like God is hilarious for the way that worked out. Rooting against your hometown is nuts. No. I'm not rooting against him at all. But man, at the time, oof. Boom. And topic number 3. So yeah, that's hating though. Like, don't be a hater. But the art of hating, like, hating is necessary. You feel me? It makes the world go around. A wise man once said, "If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping." And so it makes the world go around. It's gonna happen, but don't be one of those. You feel me? Don't be a hater. Realize that there's so much more peace in letting that go. Hating never got anybody anything. A wise man once said, "Hating hoes ain't happy, and happy hoes ain't hating," or whatever, however it goes. You know, don't be that. You're better than that. Truly. And there's a lot of hating that people don't notice or recognize is hating, and we're gonna start calling that out. I'm calling out hating all the time from now on. Even minor hating. I'm letting you know you're hating. We gotta stop it. I hate the chokehold New York sports god. I mean, not ideal, bro. It's a disease, bro. Fanhood is a disease. Must be better. But yeah, don't hate, bro. Don't be a hater. Live your life, live in your reality, enjoy your positives. Don't be a hater. Topic number 3 is control what you can, and that really comes down to perspective. I feel like perspective is being able to like have like a view. I'm actively contributing to people's downfalls. I'll grow. Hey, progress is a process. You feel me? Be gentle with yourself through your process. There's gonna be some moments where you know you relapse a little bit, or you know, be like. Sometimes, like, I'll beat myself up about the things I'm getting better at because of the moments where I didn't do it well. And it's like, hey, I'm doing, like, the process is getting better. And so, you know, if and I'm just going to bring this to sports because it's the easiest I can do right now. If I am a 35% three-point shooter and then I turn into a 40% three-point shooter, am I going to beat myself up about every 3 I miss if I realize that I just became a better 3-point? You know, like, you're getting better. You're on the journey. You're never going to be a 100% shooter. I feel like those are simple percentages. We can all get that. You're never going to be a 100% shooter. So when you go from 35 to 40, don't beat yourself up for the 60% that you miss. You know, like, focus on its perspective. Control what you can. And so if you are able to have that perspective and allow yourself to give yourself some grace sometimes or whatever, then once you realize and identify what it is you're doing, what it is you're looking for, what it is you need to do, where you need to go, like what direction you need to go in. Remember, get lost in the right direction. Once you understand all of that, then from there you control what you can. You identify what you can control and then control it. And then you identify what's going on that you can't control and you let it go. That's what the board said yesterday. Today the board says don't trip. But for real, like, don't trip. And I feel like, you know, it comes back to breathing. It comes back to everything we talked about, bro, because I was down on Sunday, and it happened out of nowhere. And it was right after my birthday, and it was right after my show, and it was just like, there's no reason for that. And, you know, with everything that I'm trying to do with this show, there's more people in here. There's more people in here. Hopefully it gets more YouTube views. Hopefully the clips go. But I appreciate you guys. And even if, I appreciate you guys for pulling up when you're here every single time. And I enjoy it, and I enjoy the show. And yeah, sure, one day there will be a lot more people in here. But today, y'all are here, and I appreciate that. And I hope y'all are here when there's a lot more people here too. And it's a journey, and there's joy in the journey, and I'm excited for it. And so I have to look at the excitement of the journey. I have to look at being happy about where I'm at right now and excited about where I'm on my way to, and then I can focus on how to get there. But if I'm just, you know, focused on where I'm not at, then I can't really, you know, I can't control what I can control. I'm not on the right path to be able to figure out where to go in that direction. I went down the wrong side of the fork because instead of being happy about where I'm at and acknowledging where I'm at and acknowledging where I want to go, I'm worried about where I'm not at. You feel me? Like you can't. That's no way to get the answer you're looking for. Like, it's like if there's a multiple choice and it's like, okay, it's not one of these. You remove it now. It's like there's still 3 options left. But if you work on like I believe in being solution based, bro. I really believe in being solution based. Find the solution. Find the solution. There's always a solution available. Like look for the solution. Because if not, like every problem has to have a solution, right? Like that's how problems work. And so look for the solution, control what you can to make it happen. And I feel like you can chip away at things. Boom. Also, t-shirts, Unpossible t-shirts, Unpossible positive thinking caps, the hats, available on the website, unpossibleop.com. Please, I'm gonna be posting more. I'm gonna be putting ads into the post. Like I'm trying to make these take off. I'm very excited for this. I really appreciate you guys. If you get one, I appreciate it if you throw a retweet, whatever it may be. But just, help me on this journey to push it. Even if you don't get one, I would appreciate if you do. Even if you don't get one, help me push them. Help me get it to somebody. Help me share the story. You feel me? Like, if I can be me and you can be you, there are no limits to what we can do. And I truly believe that. And I feel like that's what Unpossible represents. I feel like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Wow. I was going to clip this and then I messed up and slurred a word. But I can do all things through Christ who strengthens I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's part of it for me. The semicolon with the heart on top is like love is always the answer. And, the semicolon is a mental health symbol for your stories never finished. And so I feel like that's what Unpossible means to me, and that's what I try to have it on body. And I want people to have Unpossible mean something to them. Like, I know what it's like to have like a favorite t-shirt or whatever, a favorite, article of clothing or something that makes you feel away. And so I want Unpossible to be that for somebody. And now I'm like waving this is a terrible ad. But, I just want I want it to mean something to somebody. Like, I want it to mean something to somebody, and I want people to be able to establish their own meaning and what Unpossible means to them and how it makes them feel. And that's why, like, that's always how it's been for me. I know it's kind of, like, cliche, corny-ish to be like, oh, this is for all of us. But, like, that's really how I feel. And so, it is what you make of it. Like, the possibilities are endless, truly. And so, always remember that. And, keep it pushing, man. Like, do whatever. Your story's never finished. And anytime you stop, you're wasting time. For real. Like, life doesn't stop at all. Also, Raising Kanan is back. Excellent show. I love Raising Kanan. Episode 1 of season 2 is great. It took forever to come back, it feels like. But I'm really happy it's back. If you haven't started it, go watch season 1 and start season 2. It's like one of the better shows in the Power Universe. I love it. Boom. I think that's about it, man. I think we get out of here. Anybody got a word? I'll freestyle. It's really hot. I want to take this hoodie off, but I don't have a shirt under it, and we're not gonna do that. So if there's not a word real quickly, I'm gonna just end the show because I'm hot and I'm sweating. Do 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 do. This show looks way better when I have a haircut. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to look kind of wolfy, and I wasn't liking it. But now the light is hitting, and I'm sweating. Should have worn a t-shirt. Unpossible t-shirts available. UnpossibleOP.com in a variety of colors. Nothing. Neil, got like 10 seconds for a word. We out of here. Esta calor? I don't know. That's why I don't be speaking. That's why I just speak English. Okay, well, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for being here for episode 7 of Don't Watch This. I had a great time. I hope that you guys had a great time. I hope that anything that was said was helpful. I feel like I helped myself out a little bit, so selfishly, I'm pretty pleased. But I hope that it was helpful for anyone else, and and I hope that it was entertaining. You feel me? I hope that you got something out of my previous hater ways, and that now I don't know, growth. All right, love y'all. Have a great night. From the bottom of my heart.